and talk about this. So we're gonna talk about the woke parents that are fleeing Florida. This should be a good one for Justin to jump in on.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
One German moves to Florida, and all of a sudden, it's infested with Nazis.
It's infested with Nazis.
So this is a good one because you can tell. I'm gonna play the video. Hopefully, it doesn't get copyrighted. I don't know if it will or whatnot. So I'll probably pause just to be safe. But usually these videos normally don't. But they over dramatize it, right? And they're making it seem like it's just this terrible thing that's happening. Oh my God, people are fleeing Florida. Everybody's scared for their lives. Parents who are parents of trans kids, which immediately wants me to, call you abusive, but that's whatever. Parents of trans kids are running away and fleeing because they're not getting critical health care for their
Anyone
children.
who isn't straight and white is being drowned.
Yeah, basically. Didn't they say it was unsafe for black people? That I'm pretty sure that was an article.
There was an official warning from like the NAACP or some shit saying it's not safe for black people to go to fucking Florida.
That was wild. I remember when I saw that.
Wow.
I was like, God, I cannot believe that there is people out there that are there is black people out there that are probably going to read that article and say, oh my God, it's not safe right now for me.
Yeah.
And there's going to be millions of black people in Florida being like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. I'm guarantee you there's a ton of black people on this beach picture here right now. Like I just don't get it. But I want to play this video in its entirety. It's not that long. It's 3 minutes and 19 seconds, but you need to watch it to get its full context. So hopefully we don't get copyrighted, but if we do, it was nice knowing you guys. All right. Let's play it and let's go.
We just thought it would be a nice, warm place to live where we could get to beaches.
Shut up.
I just never thought that I would have to flee a state for the good of my children.
These are actors.
The SB 254.
These are actors. I can tell you right away.
We even get 13 seconds in, and coach is like,
I can tell you right away. These are actors. They are not real people.
Yes.
This is totally pretending. It's not real.
I agree, 100%. You can tell
Coach,
by how
they may have hit you up for your services. You're all in Florida, so.
But it's CNN.
Coach is gonna go find him and give him acting lessons.
It's CNN, so this is to be expected. But let's watch.
You won't get copyrighted for CNN.
Don't freak out. Okay, just hold the comments until the video's done.
Or this will permanent outlaw the mutilation of minors.
I remember Tori coming to me one time and in tears, which she doesn't normally do. And I asked her what was wrong, and she said DeSantis. And like the fact that a governor would be making my kid cry, that's a messed up government.
Yes.
We're absolutely moving because of the political climate and the laws in Florida. We didn't want to move.
You're moving because you watch
the
CNN.
Florida Board of Medicine started meeting, and we realized that they were going to ban gender-affirming care for our kids, that we might need to leave because that is life-saving, essential medicine and treatment for our daughter.
I was very relieved when we decided to leave. I had never really heard that much about.
Oh my God, seriously, Ryan.
Damn, that
Tranny demon.
Ryan, come on.
Where's the rope and where's the lamppost? You'll be running. You'll be running under my administration.
Granny demons.
Oh my God. Their voices are all the same though. It's amazing because it's always boys who go, become girls and they end up getting that.
You get out of here.
It's weird.
Florida's such a dangerous place.
Let's finish. Come on.
Trans people, and until I was like 11 or 12, I didn't even know trans people existed.
That's a key takeaway right there.
So I was just used to being uncomfortable. I started hormone blockers pretty soon after that.
Yeah, I mean, there was times before she started getting hormones and stuff that she was suicidal, but after she transitioned, she was much more outgoing, much more like comfortable with herself.
We are seeing many families that are leaving. I really think if you were to ask a member of a trans family, they would tell you they go to bed at night dreaming of how to get out of the state.
What the heck? You get a car and you drive.
A car. And how do you? My hope for the McKee family is they are able to find a community that embraces them.
We're lucky that we're able to get out. We're able to afford to leave. A lot of people can't, or it's going to be very difficult.
I feel really bad for the people that have to stay here. It's been difficult to access my hormones. I'm not honestly sure how I would continue to access care. Even if I wasn't trans, I wouldn't be.
Her jawline is almost as strong as Justin.
No, dude, look at those fucking muscle
It's
tendons
just
that are
not
protruding out
a
of her.
safe environment for queer people in general.
Dragon.
I do fear for my daughter's safety.
Whatever.
And just the fact that somebody might want to hurt her just for her being her, for her existence is scary. I worry about her every time she goes out.
Should.
I'll miss the wide open view.
Yeah. Sunsets are great from here.
No.
Rate this acting, Coach, from 1 to.
I'm looking forward to just being in a place where I don't feel under attack, where I don't feel oppressed. It's just so sad that our
I feel oppressed as a
country
white
and
woman in Florida.
society are in this place of denigrating people like that and making them feel like they have no place.
It's just hard to start over all over again.
Look at those shoulders.
She's really a
I love
scroll.
the little tidbits is really good. Like when they're taking down the family sign.
So fucking good.
when they're looking at the sunset.
Coach,
you know, like,
Coach, how many times do you think they had to redo that shot of them taking down the sign so they made sure they got the right shot?
I think hundreds of times.
We need to.
It's so fake.
Oh my god.
We need to highlight.
Look.
their house.
The hand gesture, right?
Yep.
Everything in front of the heart. Look at how she looks down. It's all set.
Looking at a script.
She's like Sean Bean looking at the fucking like notes that she scribbled of the script because they didn't give her enough time to read them. So she's like kind of looking down on her foot, and she's like, "Oh, right."
Probably the script is down there. Yeah.
I don't know.
More like
I actually think that more people should transition because it's effectively chemical castration. That means they can't actually spread their seeds. So by all means, all you trans yourself as much as you want.
A bunch of woke retards are castrating themselves. Cool.
I don't fault.
That's because they spread through a mind virus. They don't need to breed.
I'm sorry. I don't fault
the
this
rest
kid
of us
because
who are
it's the
sane
parent's
won't
fault.
get infected with that virus. We'll be fine. So I just like let it. We get that natural immunity, that herd immunity.
And then they get your kids through the education system.
I don't know.
Or the media.
I don't know because I don't fault this kid. I don't fault him for believing the nonsense that his parents put in his head. I just don't. Like he's gonna grow up thinking this is actually normal. Like this is actually what he should be doing, and he don't realize that his parents are ruining his life.
Justin, we're gonna say something about it.
Good.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this isn't really gender affirming care. It's more like mental illness affirming care.
Yeah.
And y'all are saying that this looks like a scroll, and they're acting like they're fleeing Florida as if somebody gave an order, like you were talking about earlier, that like to kill all trans people or anyone that looks like a trans person, like you're talking about with scrolls. It's ridiculous. Like nobody's saying anything near that. Like what safety are you scared of?
No one clicked.
Dude, I worked at some store in LA a while ago, and one of my coworkers was a quote trans woman, and they just went off about all the most like woke talking points, and they straight up said, can you imagine if DeSantis becomes president and it's just become legal to hunt trans people? Like that's horrible. And they were 100%
I'd move to America. Have a fucking field day. I'd have him hanging from my
They're
walls.
acting like that's the thing now. They're acting like that.
It might be time to start thinking about, you know what I'm saying?
He'll become
trying to get me removed.
Listen, my channel's already hit. It is what it is, bro. Like I don't even care. I wanted YouTube for money, so I don't give a fuck.
I wanted to bring up another point though to carry on to that. It's a mental health like issue affirming thing. A friend of mine brought up a great point. He suffers from like medical depression, where like he sees this professional for it. He is not a victim. He does not play that card at all. It's just so he'll openly talk about it. But he made a great point where he's saying like with his illness, he believes that he's worthless and shouldn't exist. Should doctors have affirmed that belief and pushed for that because that's what he felt was right?
It's only with trans people that it gets
imagine
affirmed.
going to
It's
the
only
doctor
trans
in
people.
America, because I know this happens in Canada, but imagine going to the doctor in America and the doc being like, yeah, you should liquidate your own existence. Like, that's not fucking healthcare.
Here's a rope. The lamppost is over there.
You go to a doctor and you're like, I'm really sad. I think I'm a piece of shit. And they're like, yeah, you are.
Well, again, if if you go to any doctor and you say literally anything other than gender oriented stuff, if you want to go to a doctor and say, I really think like my arm is attacking me, I need to cut it off, they're gonna think you're fucking crazy. If you go to a doctor and say this leg is very racist of mine and I need to get rid of it, they're going to call you fucking crazy. They're never gonna do it. Right. But for some reason, when you go and you say, I feel like a woman or a man or vice versa, they're like, oh, yes, we need to get you right away.
Let's cut your dick off.
Start it. Yeah. Start the transition right now.
It's gender affirming care.
Have that song, I feel like a woman. Like, I'm surprised that's not been used as some sort of trans rally cry.
Probably has at
because
some
it's
point.
too classic and definitely was never meant to be taken seriously. But some crazy motherfuckers thought it was great to take
My
it
right
seriously.
ass cheek is
I
allergic
have
to
a
the
message.
left. I like that. That's funny.
There was once a song by Beyonce called "If I Were a Boy," and she said that she would be a better man.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Well, Beyonce, welcome to 2023. I'm telling you,
go.
That sounds.
Go transition.
Gripped on that same thing. Taylor Swift had a song where she was talking about how life would be easier if she were a man and she could just objectify everyone and like get to the top of the corporate ladder. Like,
The last person who tried that killed themselves. So
Yeah, they really, bro. Like, what a great way to let women trying to transition as men know. Yeah, don't come near this fucking sphere. It's tough out there.
it
Like,
is.
Jesus Christ,
This
like-
shot right here is just annoying me. The
Yeah,
more I
this is
look
such
at it,
bullshit.
'cause it's so
Like,
fucking.
Do you know how
fake.
well you have to time to get that shot?
Like,
Not only that,
That's
you
called
know
the
that
golden
all these boxes are just placed by CNN. Like, look, they're empty boxes
Yeah.
on top of each
This
other.
house was
FedEx
rented.
boxes.
This is an Airbnb. These are all props.
well,
It probably
and
is.
trans or not, what
And that's a
17-year-old sleeps with a fucking single teddy bear on their bed?
That's what I'm suspicious about.
What? Whoa, you
The
right.
ones that are trying so fucking hard to pretend that they can be a woman, and they think women really live like that. Like they think young girls
Right.
really live like that. Like, oh, she's definitely at 17. She's definitely going to bed
But
dry humping her fucking teddy
I would
bear.
believe.
Right.
I would
Fuck outta
believe
here.
it. Like,
I
I would
want
believe
you
it if they're
guys-
Pokemon.
I
Yeah,
want
it's
you
not-
guys to notice the little tidbits in this video. Okay, this is the shit that I pick up on. All right, so again, number
Go
one,
on, Adam's
right?
apple.
Forget that. Number one, that okay, just a little
Yeah.
placements. It's always trans stuff and LGBT stuff being placed around. That's number one. Number two, okay, let's scroll forward. Look at the daddy's wrist. Hold on,
Overly
wait.
stereotypical.
Look at
pink
daddy's
shit.
wrist. Daddy's wrist.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, you're
Okay.
right. The rainbow.
Like the
colors.
little placements by CNN, right?
Mhm.
Number
I was
three.
expecting to see them slit. I'm just saying.
Wait,
Oh, they probably have been at some point.
can you skip back? Can you just skip
Very
back?
That
good.
was
Yeah,
Adam's
get back right here.
Careful,
Yeah,
you don't
because
join
here-
the Klansman, Cassie.
It doesn't look like he has this wristband on in this shot.
Yeah, he does.
No,
he
doesn't.
does.
He doesn't.
One of them, though. He only has
One
one.
of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's the little placements. Again, the be kind, right? The whole flag, and then they made sure this woman was wearing a Love Is Love Pride shirt. You know
What
what
the
I
heck
mean?
is free
With
mom
a
hugs?
interestingly colored background thing right here. So there's little
Yo, this
there's
shit
little
is
tidbits
wild.
all around this video that are showcasing like they're trying to push this idea in your mind. You know what I'm saying about
I
trans
feel
people.
sorry for that dog.
She has
Yeah.
also
Damn,
wristband on.
same.
The dog.
Yeah, she also has the wristband on, you know, on both sides too, mind you.
Of course.
Everything is rainbow oriented. You know what I'm saying?
They just got that little U-Haul like right before filming.
Oh,
this.
for sure. CNN paid for that shit and then they
Yep.
like dropped it off afterwards.
Yep.